Hi guys, how are you doing? It's Rich with Pit Lane's Sim Racing. I hope you're well. On Gran Turismo 7, you can win engines when you do your daily workout and you get your roulette ticket. Generally, as everyone knows, you get basically no money or an invite to buy a car that you don't really want or it costs an absolute fortune. But sometimes you get an engine. Now, I won a Honda Civic K20 C120 engine on the roulette spin, and I didn't realize that I had the car to put it in. It's the 1998 Honda Civic EK Type R, and we can just wedge that 2020 Honda Civic engine straight into this absolute classic Type R. So what I'm going to do is take it for a drive and we'll see how it performs as standard around Tsukuba, and then we'll fit the engine and we'll see the difference and what it's going to do to the performance. So as standard, we've got a 1.6 litre front-wheel drive car with 181 brake horsepower at just over 1,000 kilos, naturally aspirated. So as standard, what we have is a 1.6 litre front-wheel drive, 181 horsepower car that is naturally aspirated at just over 1,000 kilograms. We'll nip on over to Tsukuba and we will just do a couple of laps just to see where we're at time-wise. And then we'll put the new engine into it and contrast and compare it. So we'll go over and do a time trial just here. So here we are, and we're just going to set a couple of laps. We're just going to get a feel for what the car does around this circuit. And I'm going to try and talk you around how it feels to drive as standard as we come up to turn one. Now, what I did do with this car when I first got it was put a wide body kit on it, and that wasn't actually, well, it was intentional, but I decided I wasn't going to upgrade this car. I upgraded the 97 version instead. So we're just going to break down for the hairpin here. Now, there's a lack of grip because I haven't changed the tyres or anything, and I haven't changed the suspension, so it is a little bit rolly, it is a bit soft all round and understeery. But we should get a good idea for the power with which we should expect and get an idea for what the difference is. I haven't changed the brakes either, as you can see, running a bit wide. I'll try and be cleaner on the next lap as we're coming down the straightaway. Grabbing fourth gear towards the final corner. Let's try and late apex it for a nice exit onto the start-finish straight. A little bit of wheel spin, lack of grip at the front. Braking down for turn one. Tyres protesting quite strongly. Nice clean exit there. Coming up towards the hairpin again, braking as we go over the curb. The rear oversteering out a little bit as we understeer around the hairpin a little. This fast right-hander, super important to carry as much speed as possible through here. Really pushing towards the next hairpin now. Absolutely critical to lap time this corner because it's onto the back straight, especially in these slower cars, because you're just paying for it all the way down this straight if you don't hook it up very well. Ooh, a little bit of oversteer on entry there. And as we're powering out, 111.6, we'll do one more lap just to see if we can improve. It was reasonably tidy, that though. There we go. Up towards the hairpin. I really like the engine swap feature. It's super cool. There are other combinations, and as I get those combinations of content, I will be bringing that to you. through the fast right-hander. Don't lift through the left as the body rolls. Braking down for the hairpin once again. I think it's got soft comfort tyres on currently, this. We have gained a big chunk of time here. But this is just to give us a rough idea. I feel like the 2020 Civic Engine is going to be a lot faster. As we come around the final corner, trying to hit that apex lovely there. There we go, a 110.8. We'll go with that. Now let's get over there and let's squeeze this engine into this 98 EK. Okay, so we're back in the garage now and let's go do it, guys. The engine model, the K20 C1 Civic 20 engine is compatible. So let's go and have a look at that. Now it's going to jump from a 1.6 to basically a 2-litre engine. It's going to add, what's that, 65 kilos to the weight. It's going to bring up the power from 181 brake horsepower to 315, bringing up the max torque to 40.7 from 16.5, and the kilogram PS number down from 5.69 to 3.48. The performance point from 434 to 499. Now, I think I just press the install button, I think. So let's do it. Yes, let's do it. Has it done it? Is that it? There we go. We now have a 2-litre turbocharged Honda Civic Type R EK 98 with the 2020 Honda Civic engine. I don't know what I was expecting. I expected more than that because I was quite excited to do this. So let's go back to Tsukuba now and let's give it a test because we had a 1 minute 10.858 in a few laps there. So let's just quickly go back there and have a little test, shall we, and see how we do. I wasn't like going crazy or pushing or anything like that. It might be cool to compare the power to rate in this versus modern Civic. In fact, let's go do that, which is this one. We get 315 brake horsepower, the same engine obviously, at a weight of 1,370. So you're gaining like 255, is it, kilos just by using the old EK, which is quite interesting. I mean, you're losing different things because it's the modern car, but that's super interesting. It's so much lighter and things like that, isn't it? It's so much lighter. So let's go and test it around Tsukuba now and see what we get. We've got a 1 minute 10.858 to beat. I don't know what it's going to do. Is it just going to be too much power for the chassis? Is it too much power for the tires? I feel like I'm going to need to upgrade the tires. So let's just try it real quick, shall we? Okay, we're into the final turn. Oh, it's definitely understeering as you press the power on. Up towards the first turn now. Braking down. Feel like you can feel that bit of extra weight, but that could just be a mental thing. You can definitely feel that extra power on acceleration. Getting it through here, through the hairpin. Wheel spin. It's a lot of power for this little car, that's for sure, isn't it? As you turn in, wow, we need some more grip at the front end to deal with the power. Right then, as we brake down to the hairpin, it would be a bit crazy if we beat the time immediately. Well, we should. It is a lot more powerful, right? But it'll just be interesting to see how much faster it is. You can feel it on the acceleration, the power on understeer. Bringing it through the final corner now. Trying to modulate the throttle a little bit. Turning it in. Cool thing to do. I wonder as well if there's a performance point benefit from doing it this way round. Wow, we had some oversteer on turning there, which cost us majorly, but we're still up for some reason. I can go a lot faster, that's for sure. I'm having to really think about where I'm putting the power on, because these comfort soft tyres cannot deal with this power from the Civic engine, the 2020 Civic engine, which is almost comical. A set of soft, slick tyres would soon sort that out. I suspect even like the medium compound would sort that out a lot anyway. Right, let's do one more lap then. Let's try and be nice and tidy on a final lap here, shall we? Bit of understeer there. Being mindful about my throttle application. Trying not to wheel spin too much. Braking down for the hairpin. Like this, trying to keep it in nice and tight. And not wheel spin too much. There we go. Round the right hander we go. Down to the hairpin. Wheel spin. Up the back straight. We can go a lot faster there. I just cost myself multiple tenths, but it gives you a good idea of what this does to the car. It's a fairly balanced vehicle with its power and handling prior to this change, but after the change, the power on understeer is unreal. Well, let's do one more then. Let's just do one more. Up towards the hairpin we go. One more time. I was trying to brake down in a really nice and controlled way. Lots of wheel spin there. Understeer for days. We've gone slower here. We've gone slower. So what was that? A 108.252, which I think without too much bother you'd be into the 107s there as stock, and we did a 110.8. So it's going to be like 3 seconds a lap around here that the engine alone will give you. And I just think it's a cool feature. There are other engine swaps available within Gran Turismo 7. This is just the first one that I've had the opportunity to do. So I thought I'd bring it to you guys. Have you guys done any of the other engine swaps that are in the game? Let me know down in the comments. And as always, don't forget to hit those thumbs up, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. Bye-bye.